Hi there, I'm Rex King. Welcome back to another episode of Review Films Currently in Theaters. Today, I will be talking about Consecration. But before I do that, I wanted to quickly talk about my scoring system. I'm going to be changing it for this video series and straight to streaming. So, I'm going to be changing my system from score, category, score. I'm going to stop doing that. I'm going to instead go back to me just talking about my opinions of the film and giving you the score at the end of the review. I feel like that's probably the best way of doing this. Mainly because the other way felt very clunky and really dragged down the video. So I'm going to go back to my older way of doing things. Without further ado, let's dive right into Consecration. Oh Lord. So Consecration was directed by Christopher Smith and stars Jena Malone as Grace, an ophthalmologist whose brother is found dead off the coast of this convent in Scotland. It is ruled a suicide, but she's convinced that it was murder, so she starts to investigate on her own. However, what she discovers is a conspiracy related to her past, and she also starts to see really weird things. So, I'm going to be honest. I really like the setup here, and I was really hoping to like this film. I don't like this film. So the concept here really works for me. I like the idea of a character investigating the death of one of their family members, only to uncover a very horrific conspiracy. I really enjoy that. Too bad the payoff didn't work at all. This film is paced very quickly. We don't get a whole lot of time to spend with our characters and cast. And that's a problem, because it creates a lot of questions, and the tension isn't there, and it's just... This film's an hour and a half long, and it really should have been longer, because this film feels like it wants to be a slow burn, but no one wanted it to be a slow burn. So instead we get this fast-paced mess, and it's like leaving us with an explanation that just like, what? What? It leaves us with more questions than answers, and that doesn't work. It just doesn't. The characters are all written probably decently if we got to spend time with them, but because of the pacing, we don't. So they come across as one-note and forgettable. The performances are good, but they're just not given anything great to work with. And that's a shame, because I swear this film has potential. The visuals, the cinematography is beautiful when it's being done. And the way the camera moves is so fluid, it's really good. And then they ruin it by adding some random CGI bits that are just not necessary and you could have cut from the movie. There are like 2 or 3 scenes that they use CGI and you didn't need to do it. Oh, gosh darn it. The music score does nothing. It's almost non-existent. The only thing that happens occasionally is there is some humming of some hymns in the background, but they get repeated throughout the movie, so I hope you like them. This film is very lazy and really much wastes the potential that it has. I cannot stand a film that wastes so much potential. This is why I don't like Valentine's Weekend. The weekend before Valentine's Day always has a crappy horror movie or a crappy romantic comedy. This time I got a crappy horror movie. This is so frustrating. I swear this film had potential, and it's just... That's what's making me mad, folks. This film's not the worst thing I've seen. Like I said, it had some good bits. The setup is good, the performances aren't bad, and these visuals, I swear, if we had just focused on the cinematography and the movement of the camera, would have been A+. But as it stands, this film feels like a mess because of the fast-pacedness of the story being short, the characters not being fully developed and realized, and using some random CGI bits that just were not necessary. So at the end of the day, I'm going to have to give Consecration a 4 out of 10. I cannot recommend this one, folks. Stay far away from it. Who knows? Hopefully straight to streaming will be better this week. Let me take a look. Let's see what I got. Okay, let's see. At Midnight. A romantic comedy. Oh, sweet Lord, help me. I guess I'll see you then, folks.